wróciłam. Mam nadzieję, że teraz będzie wszystko działać, bo jakaś aktualizacja musiała akurat teraz być. Myślałam, a dobra, zrobię, niech będzie. Okej, tutaj działa. Wszystko. Będzie przypał, jak nagle znowu się zepsuje, a ja nie będę wiedzieć. Więc tak. To sobie wyłączę. No i tak. To możemy sobie wyłączyć. To sobie włączymy. No i zaczniemy. Freddy, Fazbear, Pizza Simulator, tak? Oczywiście muszę sprawdzić, czy wszystko działa. Nie grałam nigdy w to, więc będziecie widzieć moją pierwszą reakcję na wszystko. Nie wiem, o co w tym chodzi, nigdy nie oglądałam nic. Okej, dźwięk jest okej. Mi się wydaje. Sprawdźmy, może jeszcze. Okej. Tak. Ale ja sobie trochę ściszę, bo dla mnie jest trochę za głośno. Okej, design pizza. Ja chcę mieć pepperoni, peppers i onions. Mogę to usuwać? Nie? Nie ze wszystkim, tak. Enter. Czekaj. Dobra, nieważne. Code Pizzeria. O co chodzi? Gramy szczałkami czy AUSD? Ha! Shiftem się rzuca. Czekaj. Kurde. Mogę tym shiftem, będzie łatwiej. Masz. Jeszcze trochę ściszę. Ale bo to są 6 pizz, mam 5. O, kupił Freddy. Odsuń się. Nie. Co się stało? Wait, mam, czy chcesz włączyć klawisze stałe? Halo? Nie mogę nic kliknąć. Poczekaj. Kurde no. Chodź tu. Gram teraz z tym czymś na moim ekranie. Te. O, przyszło. Co się dzieje? The heck? Jumpscare, nie?
Begin tape. Leaving dead space. 3, 2, 1. The purpose of this tape is to test automated response times and reactions from vintage interactive attractions following audio stimuli. If you are playing this tape, that means that not only have you been checking outside at the end of every shift, as you were instructed to do, but also that you have found something that meets the criteria of your special obligations under paragraph 4. Follow these instructions, document response times, then safely secure the space before leaving. Upon sealing the room, you are not to return. Begin audio prompt in 3, 2, 1.
To jest dziwne. Co to?
Document results.
No. Nie
Begin
chciałam.
audio prompt in 3, 2, 1.
Coś się dzieje tutaj, nie?
Document results. Begin audio prompt in 3, 2, 1. Document results.
Yes.
Begin audio prompt in 3,
2, 1.
Hey, circus baby.
It's a new day. It's your time to shine. It's time to take your career into your own hands. You've saved money your whole life. Great. Now it's time to put all your eggs into one basket and take a huge gamble on your future. A gamble that comes with a 100% chance of success in some cases. What are we talking about? We're talking about becoming a Fazbear Entertainment franchisee. That's right, restaurant ownership and management. Something almost anyone can do with a limited degree of success. Sure, it's a lot of money to invest, but everyone's doing it. And that means it's safe and lucrative. With your initial investment, you'll receive everything you need to get started, including a small room, some tables, and electricity. But don't forget about the money you had left over after buying your franchise package. Use it to decorate, buy a stage, buy attractions and animatronics, and much, much more. Now, let's take a look at a few things that will help you get started as a Fazbear Entertainment franchisee, such as atmosphere. Making sure your establishment has an inviting atmosphere is essential to bringing in new customers. Entertainment. Having a lot of entertainment value in your restaurant will ensure that customers come back. Bonus revenue. Coin-operated games and attractions can generate additional revenue during the day, which means more money in your pocket. There may be times when you purchase something of questionable quality. Blame you. Cutting corners is just good business. But there are steps you can take to ensure you don't get sued for it. And that brings us to liability. Being a thrifty shopper is smart, but be aware that buying things on sale comes with a certain amount of risk. Aside from the daily risk of lawsuits, there's also the risk that something might be hiding inside whatever you just purchased with that steeply discounted price tag. Of course, that would only be a serious danger if there were something outside that's been trying to get in for months now, which we are not confirming to be the case. This concludes the amount of help we are legally obligated to provide. Remember, you are now the face of the newly rebranded Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Wear that smile with pride and let's make some money. Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for disappearance, death, or dismemberment.
How to add two-step guide to restaurant management. Use catalog mode to brush items, animatronics, and other supplies. Use blueprint mode to place item, upgrade items, and upgrade your floor plan. Okay. Let's get started!
Let's see how much cash you had left over after purchasing your franchise package. Great, that should be more than enough. Now let's get started. On your left are your product catalogs. You can unlock more expensive catalogs by simply purchasing items for your pizzeria. Use the arrows in the bottom right of the item window to browse the products for each catalog.
Ile mi zostało?
When you're finished shopping, click the button labeled Blueprint Mode to place your items. You can switch back and forth between Catalog Mode and Blueprint Mode as often as you like before opening your doors to the public. When you're ready to open your restaurant for business for the day, click the button labeled Finished in Blueprint Mode. Give it a try and do some shopping.
Okej. Już zrobiłam. Cool. Co to robi tu? Co? Bawić? Aha, okej. Nice. Co teraz? Jakby jeszcze raz? Jej, wygrałam. Nie wiem. Daj mi finish.
Your restaurant is now officially open. Awesome! That doesn't mean your job is finished, however.
No
You have a
nie.
lot of work to do while patrons eat their pizza in the other room. From your terminal, you have supplies to buy, papers to print, and repairs to make. Once you've taken care of all the items on your to-do list, you can log off for the day and get out of there. Money for supplies and repairs comes out of petty cash, so don't worry about it coming out of your pocket. We've got you covered. The only money you have to worry about is if you choose to upgrade any of the equipment in your office. Now, onto other matters. Something to be aware of is that the ventilation system and your terminal are pretty loud and may prevent you from hearing things in adjoining air vents. That won't be a problem if there's nothing in the vents. However, if you feel that something might be in the vents, you have a few tools at your disposal to protect yourself. You can shut off your terminal and the ventilation system at any time to decrease the amount of attention you are drawing to yourself. Also, shining your light directly into a vent will most likely prevent anything from jumping out. You also have 3 tools available from the terminal itself. There is a motion detector, an audio decoy, and a secondary ventilation unit. Keep in mind, however, that you can only have one of these active at any given time. Now get to it. Simply log off when you've completed your tasks for the day, and you can go get some coffee.
Ile będzie się skanować? Co ja mam robić, jak coś mi tu wyskoczy? Ja nie mam pojęcia, o co chodzi, okej? Tego jest tak dużo tych tasków. Nie wiem, będę playing audio. Reset. Nie wiem, czy to chyba zmienić coś tam. To jest dziwne. się wyłączyło? Aha. Nie włączmy. Jest. Skanik. Co się dzieje? Co mi to da, że będę się tu patrzeć, żeby nie rozumiem. Te. Aha, bo ja teraz rozumiem, że ja, żeby nie tworzyć hałasu, to muszę gdzieś indziej hałas zrobić. Dobra. Może nie byłam, musiałam tego wyłączyć. Szybciej. No, dajmy teraz tu dźwięk. Ojciec zdąży to zrobić, proszę. Chcę tego robić od domu. A, no, patrz się na ten telewizor. Nie wiem.
Great job. It looks like you're getting the hang of this. Now let's just focus on getting you through your first week. There's a big party here Saturday, and you should view that day as your ultimate test. Make it through Saturday, and you will have proven yourself as the successful entrepreneur that we all know you can be.
Ciekawe. Nie, znowu?
Congratulations on completing your first day. However, your job isn't over just yet. There's another aspect to your end-of-day routine, and that is inspecting and salvaging any animatronics found in the alley outside the back door. Things are found here quite often, and while we aren't sure why, what we do know is that they can be used for parts, which can mean a much-needed revenue boost before starting your next day. Of course, as with everything else in this line of work, those benefits come with risk. The safest thing to do is to throw it back outside, but then you get no money for the salvage. Choose to keep it, and you run the risk of certain negative consequences, namely death, should the item in question not be as docile as it first appeared. If you do decide to try to salvage it, then you must complete the maintenance checklist. During this testing phase, check on the animatronic frequently. If you feel that it is becoming unstable, use the taser provided to you. You can use it 3 times without damaging the hardware. Every use over 3, however, will decrease the item's salvage value. Before you is an animatronic found in the back alley. We are unsure of its origins. It is your job to complete the maintenance checklist before claiming it as salvage. Or, if you choose to, you can throw it back into the alley where you found it and forfeit payment. Please make your choice now.
Muszę pomyśleć. Że mamy na sprzedaż go dać, tak? wywaliło, ale to pewnie jest zły pomysł.
You have chosen to proceed with the maintenance checklist. Remember, use your company-issued taser to return the animatronic to a neutral state if you feel that it's becoming unstable or aggressive. You can only use it 3 times before it begins to damage the animatronic and decrease its value. Begin audio prompt in 3, 2, 1. Document results. Begin audio prompt in 3, 2, 1.
Zobaczyć, czy one reagują?
Document results. Begin audio prompt in 3,
się ruszył.
2, 1.
Aha, właśnie miałam dać tam jest.
Document results. Begin audio prompt in 3,
Nie wiem.
2,
Z tym
1.
ja nie wiem, co to jest.
Document results. Begin audio prompt in 3, 2, 1.
Nie zbliżaj się, typie. Wiem, tam no. Co teraz? Aha, miałam to powiedzmy.
Document results. You have completed the maintenance checklist and may proceed with the salvage. Well done. End tape.
Nie wiem, co miałam tu
Thanks for
znaczyć.
letting me join the party. I'll try not to disappoint.
Okej. Co jest liability risk? Co tutaj mamy? O, to mi się podoba. O, mogłam to kupić. To jest fajne. Lights. Pam, pam, pam. Tu mogę animatronika później położyć. Playtest. Uh-oh. O, prosto do środka. Nice. wyszłam z... Okej, to było dziwne. Co, ja grałam w to, czy to? Tamto, to teraz to. To było SD. Jej, gol! Co mogę? Sponsorisz ofert. Nie wiem, ile mam kasy. Accept? I don't know. O, dobrze, że zaakceptowałam. Mogę zagrać jeszcze w kilka gier. Ale risk na czym? A, żeby nie... To no, grałam w to. Go, go, go. Musimy grać kilka razy, to Okej, możemy jeszcze 5 gier zagrać. Risk 1, trudno. Kuleczki. Nagramy. Jakby w Scratchu była robić trochę tak. Au. Szkoda. Taki trochę. Okej. Chodzi o to, że jest szansa na to, że ja będę miała 0 tego ability całego. Mogę kupić podwójną scenę, mogę kupić tą lepszą podwójną. To miałam kupić. O, ale fajne. I to. Choosing a bulky item in this condition comes with a moderate risk of something inside. Okay, I guess. Netber, Mr. Hip-Hop, my go powinienem risk, że coś się stanie. Chcę Rockstar Freddy'ego. Dobra. Mam chyba. To z nim mogę robić chyba nic. Clean and polish safety straps. Serio, teraz dopiero zobaczyłam. Risk 2. Co daje riska to? Tylko to. Czemu jest 2? Halo? Okej. Finish. Nie wiem. Co teraz? No nie. Okej, nie podoba mi się. No to patrz tu. Jezu, co to jest?
That was easier than I thought it would be.
The fuck? Dzięki. Dobrze wiedzieć. And lots of fun. 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 Okay, I guess so. Ale... Halo? O, musiałam kliknąć. To chyba było zaplanowane. Albo... Nie chcę. O. O, akurat byłam. Jeszcze raz. Możemy kupić jakąś inną grę. Katalog. Albo możemy kupić... Możemy kupić... Możemy... Happy Frog. Medial Frisk jest 4, ale... Kto by tego nie kupił? Co to? O, nie stać mnie. O, Medical Station. To można kupić wtedy i jak to zje to można wtedy kupić. No nie no, halo. A do tego jest takie tanie. Dobra. Co mi to da? Nie chcę tego. Dawaj Freddy'ego. Już się zwróciło trochę. Tylko risk mi wszedł wyżej. Jeszcze raz chciałam grać w labirynt. Co to da? Chcę klinać. Playtest. Oh yeah. Good job. Tato. O, przynajmniej zdążyłam dojść tutaj. No nie, jeszcze to ładnie. Spoko, mam jeszcze 69 sekund. No już nie. O, tu mogę. Hej, szybko biegniemy. Nie tutaj. Już mam magnes. Szybko. Standard, ale ja już mu wybrałam wszystko. Nie wiem. Możliwe? Wygrałam. Nie wiem, co teraz robić. Gdzie iść? Springtrap mnie śledzi. A ja nie chcę robić tasku, bo to jest dziwne. O! Amazing! Grałam. Może tak, póki ja mogę coś to zróbmy tak. Wejdę sobie na tego. How to play FNAF 6 tasks. Zobaczmy tutorial. O nie, ale muszę wycisnąć To są reklamy. Pam, 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 param, da, da. Czyli FNAF 6 to jest ten FNAF, nie?
Five Nights at Freddy 6 gameplay a little bit too hard for you, this is definitely the video for you. I've been getting a lot of requests to cover how to actually beat this. So this is the method that I do, and it works for me about 90% of the time. Sometimes the animatronics are really aggro and it's hard to deal with them. I'm talking about on Saturday, by the way. All the other nights are pretty easy. So if you follow these techniques on any night, they should be fine. And just before we begin, remember to subscribe and tap that bell for more FNAF and horror game theories that actually make sense. Now what you want to do as soon as you enter the game is start an audio cue in one of these 3 boxes up here. What I usually do is I stack my actions. So I start an audio cue in the middle room here first and foremost, then I go to my tasks and start a task, and when that task is done, I set the audio cue to go to the next room over, and then I go back to the middle, and then the next room over, back to the middle, next room over, and like that, like a cycle, in between each of the tasks, and that way I know I can keep the animatronics away from my room as best as I can. While I'm doing this, I follow a certain order of tasks. Now you can do this in one of 2 ways. One way is to do your advertising first, then order your supplies, then do maintenance. But what I like to do is order my supplies, then do maintenance, then do advertising. Or do my maintenance, order my supplies, and then do advertising. The reason I do it in this order is because it goes from the least noisiest option to the most noisiest option. And if you do not have full upgrades on your computer, then order supplies and advertising are going to take a really long time and they're going to make a ton of noise. That's not going to be a very big deal though, because you don't deal with as many animatronics. The reason for that is if you have risk rating in your restaurant, you have a chance of another animatronic being in your game. That being said, with full upgrades, you don't get any noise from order supplies at all, and you don't get any noise from maintenance, and also they're sped up. I imagine advertising is also sped up a bit, but it still makes quite a lot of noise. So just remember, order supplies, maintenance, then advertising. Or if you're just starting out, maintenance, order supplies, and then advertising. Or if you
Maintenance, other supplying i później advertising.
you want to do from loudest to quietest, advertising, order supplies, and maintenance. But that's personally not what I like to do. Because if you haven't lured the animatronics away from you yet, then they're gonna come flock into your room with the computer on, the vents on, and the advertising going on. That printer makes a lot of noise, and so do your vents. So pick your order, go through it, remember to cycle your audio around, and just keep in mind when I say do maintenance first or order supplies first, I mean everything in the maintenance list first, everything in the order supplies first. And when you cycle your audio around, you're cycling it in between each of those sub points. So when you order your cups, cycle the audio, and then after when you order your plates, cycle the audio. Something that I don't see many people talking about is the vent option. If you go to vent and you click on the option in that sub menu, then it makes the ventilation quieter, apparently. I don't like this one because I don't think it works that well, but you can try it if you like. This method that I'm showing you here in this video is what I do, and I get a very high success rate. I recommend not using that vent option. Now the tricky parts. Probably the hardest part of all of this is cycling between doing all of your orders, sounding all of the sound cues, and checking up on the vents. When you hear something entering your vents or leaving your vents, go to it. Also, if you want the easiest way through this game possible, do not do any sponsorships. They are going to mess you up 100%, especially on Saturday. This method still works with sponsorships, but it's just a little bit harder because it shuts off your computer every now and then, and it makes a lot of noise. You do not want this to pop off when something's in your vents. Now, as for checking your vents, what I like to do is instantly go to the vent that I can hear noise coming from, and then I turn off my ventilation by pressing X. Usually when this happens, I've still got an order going off. So when that order finishes, which you can tell by a little clicking sound that plays, you can turn the power off as well. That makes all the sound that you make go down dramatically, and all the animatronics will ignore you. So here's an example of that clicking sound I'm talking about. There. Notice when how that rough dial-up fuzzy noise stopped, you could hear a little clicking sound? That sound will play at the end of a task whether it makes a noise or not. So even if it's the printer which makes heaps of noise, or whether it's the maintenance which makes no noise at all, you will hear that clicking sound. I'll just play it for you again so that you can hear it properly. There. That was at the end of printing, you could hear a little clicking sound, and at that point you can turn off your computer, which will reduce. That was at the end of printing, you could hear a little clicking sound, and at that point, there. I'll just play it for you again so that you can hear it properly.
Czekajcie.
There. That was at the end of printing. You could hear a little clicking sound, and at that point you can turn off your computer, which will reduce a lot of noise, and combined with turning off the ventilation, it'll pretty much make them completely ignore you. But just remember to flash the light in each of the vents because you never know how aggravated they will get. What I like to do is count to 5 after the power button reappears before turning my computer on again, and then turning on the sound cue in one of those 3 rooms and starting the cycle going again. When I've started the sound cue, I can do my tasks and continue the cycle from the start all over again. When the animatronics have left me alone and I've started the sound cue, you can double check whether something's in your vent or at any some time to do my task when something's coming through your vents. However, when you're doing certain tasks, you want to manage your sound in certain ways. Obviously, for each of the tasks, you need your computer on no matter what. But because everything has its own amount of noise, I like to switch off the ventilation depending on what I'm doing. So in the early stages, if I'm doing advertising and order supplies and I've got no upgrades, I like to turn my ventilation off for those 2. Then I turn them back on to recover as I lure the animatronics away with my audio cues. For maintenance, I always have ventilation on because it's a very silent task. And when I have everything upgraded, I turn my ventilation off when I'm doing advertising. And this has allowed me to maximize my survival rate because I'll have the most oxygen possible for each of the tasks. I'll also be making the least noise possible for each of the tasks.
Aha, bo jak wyłączam wentylację, tam się chyba oksygen, nie? Tlen się Okej, wracajmy do gry. Mamy jeszcze jeden bilecik. W co zagramy? W to chcę zagrać. O, dobra. Chcę trafić każde, proszę. Sam środeczek. O nie. Hej. Czym byłby FNAF bez tej całego komputerowych spraw, tak, co nie? A ty końska, tylko to. Okej. O, cool. Ta scena jest taka średnia. Okej, no finish, nie? To powiedział, żeby w maintenance idziemy puścić audio tutaj. Nie to. Z czym jest flashlight, powie ktoś? Aha, no to jest moje. Słyszałam coś. Okej. Aha, zapomniałam zmienić audio z innego na inne miejsce. Pomyśl ty czasem. It was easier than I thought it will be. Powiedział, że to... Co za dźwięk? O, nie podoba mi się to. Wyłącz. Wyłącz klima. Aha, tutaj. Ja w ogóle nie mam pojęcia, co ja robię, po prostu robię, co ten typ powiedział trochę. Kurde. Uh-oh.
You may not recognize me at first, but I assure you, it's still me.
Stąd. Yy. Hej. Idź stąd. Wiesz czemu? Bo ja cię tu nie chcę. Powiem mamie. Hej. Play sound. For the supplies. Nienawidzę speedraba. Scanning motion, szybko. Okej. Audio. Dobrze mi idzie, proszę. Mi się to nie podoba. Jaki cudem tu się tak szybko nagrzewa? Jeez. Yes, okej. Okej, na tak skrywanie. Nie. Szybko mi się naburzyło już pokój. Niedobrze. Szybko. Może ukniemy, no bo... Nie fajnie. Pyk, pyk, pyk.
Together again!
Ah. Au. Ah. Okej. Ach. Pytanie, czy mam zapisane tutaj wszystko, co ja kupiłam? Już jest zapisane, bo powiedz, że jest. Jest. O, właśnie go od tego rozpalałem. Muszę się napić wody. Ach. To nieźle. Była moja wina, bo mimo, że słyszałam tego animatronika, to ja i tak, mimo to ja i tak cały czas drukowałam, a powinnam wyłączyć komputer i klimę wyłączyć, ale była cały czas wyłączona, więc nie mogłam jej wyłączyć, bo mi się udusiła tam. I myślę, że na dzisiaj starczy. Gramy sobie już godzinę. Więc tak. Jutro, jak zwykle, odcinek z Don't Starve'a. I bardzo przepraszam was jeszcze raz za ten brak dźwięku. To był fail, bo jak nagrywaliśmy ze Skookiem tego live'a, to ja wtedy przez przypadek, co ja chcę powiedzieć, Boże, ja przez przypadek wyłączyłam, jak robiliśmy przerwę, to wyłączyłam z ten przechwytywanie dźwięku w komputerze, no i od tego czasu chyba nie było dźwięku. To dlatego. I ja później zapomniałam o tym totalnie i jak nagrywałam odcinki, to nagrywałam 2 na raz, więc no i tak wyszło, że oba nie miały dźwięku. No. Dobra, ale dziękuję wszystkim za obejrzenie tego pięknego tego. Pewnie zasatysfakcjonuje was mój zawał. Tak. Dzięki temu obejrzałam jakiś filmik na YouTubie, pierwszy lepszy co wyszedł, ale dzięki temu chyba mniej więcej ogarniam o co chodzi, bo tak to po prostu nic nie wiedziałam, po co się wyłącza komputer, po co klima, po co te wszystkie programy są. Jak będziemy następnym razem grać, to pewnie pomyślę też o tym upgrade'owaniu upgrade'ach na komputerze. No i co? Żegnam wszystkich, na razie, pa pa.